hobby, and I intend to bring to you these kinds of videos every single day. Like, share, and subscribe.
Introduction. Dating should meet, not date. The only rule of thumb is your ticket to quick dating 10. If you meet speed, you will be bombarded with all of them. It can be a little overwhelming when it comes to evaluating who you want to meet again and want to impress, but it can be surprising when the date is right in front of you. This amazing little book has a teacher. Winged life and love merged into one. Dating do's and don'ts. The Singles Rulebook and Explosive Love Life Chapter 1, Introduction Synopsis. As you only have a few minutes, focus on the significant things. First, try to figure out whether or not this person is suited for you. Within a couple of minutes, you'll already be getting a certain feel from that person. Whether it's a good thing or not, you have every bit of power to steer the date your course of direction, so to speak. You must emit a confident, driven, and likable energy. That way your date would feel more comfortable and conversations will be easy. It's also a practice of good judgment. Keeping an open mind is key. Don't shut yourself to the idea of seeing this person until you get to know them. Zone in on what the person's life feels like, and whether or not he or she's happy with it. In the long run, the success or failure of the date will depend upon the little things that the other individual does or says, just like in a conventional dating situation. The little things count. The basics. Everyone prepares for dates in their own special way, may it be an elaborate bath routine or stress-relieving yoga positions to achieve the best state you can for the dating game. However, the magical structure of speed dating requires that you at least have an idea of your dating preferences. Before you go into the sitting, a good trick would be to formulate a simple list of all your likes and dislikes. It will help cross out some of the other time-consuming elements. As well, narrow down all your thoughts so you wouldn't have to stammer out things you'll later on regret or feel stupid for. Be cool and keep it simple. Jot down personality quirks that irritate you and any likely deal breakers, traits or habits that you'd never wish to find in an individual you date. If any of your speed dates exhibit these traits, then you are able to speedily eliminate them as feasible companions. It likewise helps to compose a short mental list of favorable traits too. Either things that you love, traits you'd like them to have, or things that you would like to undergo while dating. Remember, it never hurts to be a bit adventurous. And it's all in the fun of speed dating, so go on ahead. But keep in mind that all the rainbows and butterflies kick in during the relationship. Not within a couple minutes of googly-eyed gazes and so tell me more about yourself lines. Here's how it goes. Interested men and women assemble at a preset spot. While the women sit at individual tables, the men go around in 10-minute intervals till they've met and talk to each woman in the room. As the evening starts to wrap up the shindig, you let the event organizer know which individuals you're interested in seeing. Again, and the organizer gives out contact info. What you choose to do next is totally up to you. Now ain't that fun? During a speed dating event, too many individuals pretend to be somebody they're not in hopes of getting more individuals interested in them, as well as raking in a higher number of dates. This is a complete and total waste of time. The object of speed dating is to find a suitable and potential partner within 10 minutes of agonizing fun, 10 minutes to find someone and impress them with just you. Not the shiny, fake image you want to portray, but the person who's going to end up working hard for the relationship. The person who will either enjoy being in love or suffer with not only a broken heart, but an identity crisis now too. You owe it to yourself to be the best person you can be. So put your best face forward and love the skin that you're in. Think about it this way: if you wish to find somebody to be with for the long run and go on romantic dates with, and share the kind of loving you're dying to give, they have to like you for who you are. Communicate. Reach out to that person as who you are from the very beginning, the very first time you reach her table, and the seconds start ticking. You won't only discover that person a whole lot better, but you might also discover the correct somebody, that person that could finally, maybe, be the right one. And that's a big thing. The amusing thing about speed dating is that you only have 6 to 10 minutes to decide who you view as dating material. Just a good-sized amount of time to dive into the sea of chance. So you might as well make the best of it and have a couple of solid questions organized. It's likewise advantageous to have answers for these questions at the ready. Think about the most common sorts of questions you're more than likely to be asked and devise a short response for each. There is nothing worse than bumbling for words in spot where you only have a few minutes to make that all important initial impression. This is where I remind you that the little list we discussed earlier is key. It's likewise a great idea to prepare a mini, personal infomercial, a really short 1 to 2 minute life history about yourself that highlights a few favorable aspects of your personality. Have it memorized and ready to blurt at a second's notice. Do keep it fun and light. This isn't history class, so easy on the walk down memory lane unless you want your date bored out of their minds. Alright then. That sums it up. The following chapters will delve into the other topics you would like to be taught in, as well as some that you might not already know and very important instructions you need to follow. Chapter 2. Basic grooming tips. Synopsis: basic grooming tips for both him and her. Some basics. For him, a well-groomed man is not just appealing to women these days. In fact, being clean and well-groomed can give you that boost of self-confidence that will work magic on you and the people that are just waiting be charmed, smitten by you. A clean-cut look can give you that extra lift, this wonderful feeling like you can take care of anything in your life. The confidence will just naturally flow. A well-groomed man is sexy. If you want to add that extra appeal in your personality, find out some men's grooming tips to help you start transforming yourself into someone more appealing to women. Ever heard of GQ? The yellow brick road to a sexy new you, minus the dirty. 1. Always maintain a clean shave. Don't let your beard grow. Beyond being unattractive, no woman would want to snuggle up next to a hobo and kiss a network of facial hair. Learn how to give yourself a clean and smooth shave. Among the important things to keep in mind when shaving is to do so after showering, while the pores are still open. Or you can place a face cloth in warm water, place it on top of your beard area. It's likewise advantageous to have answers for these questions at the ready. Think about the most common sorts of questions you're more than likely to be asked and devise a short response for each. There is nothing worse than bumbling for words in spot where you only have a few minutes to make that all important initial impression. This is where I remind you that the little list we discussed earlier is key. It's likewise a great idea to prepare a mini, personal infomercial, a really short 1 to 2 minute life history about yourself that highlights a few favorable aspects of your personality. Have it memorized and ready to blurt at a second's notice. Do keep it fun and light. This isn't history class, so easy on the walk down memory lane unless you want your date bored out of their minds. Alright then. That sums it up. The following chapters will delve into the other topics you would like to be taught in, as well as some that you might not already know and very important instructions you need to follow. Chapter 2. Basic grooming tips. Synopsis: basic grooming tips for both him and her. Some basics. For him, a well-groomed man is not just appealing to women these days. In fact, being clean and well-groomed can give you that boost of self-confidence that will work magic on you and the people that are just waiting be charmed, smitten by you. A clean-cut look can give you that extra lift, this wonderful feeling like you can take care of anything in your life. The confidence will just naturally flow. A well-groomed man is sexy. If you want to add that extra appeal in your personality, find out some men's grooming tips to help you start transforming yourself into someone more appealing to women. Ever heard of GQ? The yellow brick road to a sexy new you, minus the dirty. 1. Always maintain a clean shave. Don't let your beard grow. Beyond being unattractive, no woman would want to snuggle up next to a hobo and kiss a network of facial hair. Learn how to give yourself a clean and smooth shave. Among the important things to keep in mind when shaving is to do so after showering, while the pores are still open. Or you can place a face cloth in warm water, place it on top of your beard area for 30 seconds and then shave. It is important to invest in a good quality razor and shaving cream. This will help you avoid having shaving bumps, annoying cuts and wounds that will end up as gross little patches of white on your face as you're walking down the street. 2. Maintain a good haircut, as well as clean hair all the time. Hair is a symbol of power, of style, and so of course the woman mind takes this into account as something that matters. A feat that is also one of the biggest deciding factors in attraction. Make sure you have no dandruff and your hair is neatly trimmed. Itchy white flakes are a big no. Also make sure that the hairstyle you're going to get is perfect for your face shape. Salons as well as barbers would know this is common knowledge. Before getting a haircut, ask them first which hairstyle is best suited for your face shape. The result is a big high five and a better looking you. Avoid using too much grease or oily hair product on your hair, as it tends to give your hair a grimy look and feel. Less is more. Just a little product along with the right shampoo and conditioner can go a long way. 3. Free yourself from unpleasant odors. This may be one of the basic things to keep in mind, not only for those who want to be well groomed, but for every man and woman out there. Deodorants, foot powder and mouthwash are among the things that may help you stay squeaky clean and fresh. Making sure that your whole body is clean is also one of the basics when it comes to men's grooming tips to stay free from body odor. Scented body wash, as well as the right type of cologne and deodorant, is key. 4. Observe proper body grooming. Although a little hair may be acceptable, you must know which is acceptable and which nasty black curls must be kept away. Unkempt hair anywhere in the body that is not appealing. Thus, one of the men's grooming tips to keep in mind is to invest in a good quality shaver or razor to trim those unwanted curls. Although hair in your armpit may be acceptable, trim them if they are way too thin and unkempt. A little chest hair alright. But please do shave once it starts to resemble a bush. Trimming and getting rid of messy pubic hair is also recommended. In fact, getting rid of the hair down there can help prevent odors within those areas, as the hair locks in all the sweat and odor. Here's another healthy reminder for all you fellas: change your tidy widdies. If it ain't white, it ain't right. 5. Maintain clean fingernails and toenails. Dirty fingernails are always out when it comes to being attractive to women. Take time to clean your nails, a step that will always be in your best interest. Long, dirty, sharp nails are so stone age. Have someone clean it for you or go to a salon for cleaning. It is common for men to even go as far as putting on some colorless nail polish to protect the fingernails. It is also quite endearing to women to think of men who take pride in presenting themselves as clean and well groomed. These are the basic tips for men's grooming. Stick to these and I assure you, you're going to be one hell of a catch for her. When you're out with your girlfriends, look at the way they're dressed and make a note of what you like about the sense of fashion, style and the trendy outfits. You'll probably notice things like the fabulous vintage 60s shift dress, bold geometric earrings, beautifully streaked urchin crop or elaborate eyeliner teamed with metallic eyeshadow for a cutting-edge, feminine and glamorous look. It's always fun to experiment with all sorts of makeup and play up your wardrobe with unexpected twists in your closet expertise. But it's always good to stick to what you know, clothing that you're comfortable with and makeup that contours your face just right. If, however, you ask a man to comment on your mate's attire, he'd probably point out the one in the shapeless dress, her with the big triangles in her ears, that one with short boy's hair, and her mate with the scary gold eyes. Men see women's appearances in a very different way from other women. While ladies judge how a certain look works on someone, men are more likely to notice certain staples they find attractive or repellent and ignore the rest. Be aware of the things guys always find it hard to stomach, as well as what will make you stand out in their eyes. Too much makeup. This doesn't just mean foundation so thick you could chuck rocks at it. Men aren't keen on very obvious makeup such as bright red lips or bold eyeshadow. You could be wearing the most recent runway makeup looks and all they'd see is a blotchy face resembling some sort of wild tropical fruit. They prefer a bird's eye view into the canvas of a woman, which is her face. To be able to see what a girl's face looks like without a lot of paint on her skin. What you think looks colorful, futuristic or vamped up, they'll see as obscuring your features, somewhat unattractive, and ill-fitting. Keep it classy. Only lay on the makeup during night outs or photo ops. Invest in high-definition makeup to prevent layering on the makeup too thick. With this tip, all you really need is a few clean swipes. You'll be defined without having to be too overdone. Come hither eyes. Quiz any group of men on the favorite, non-sex related parts of a woman and the top response is bound to be, nice eyes. Make the most of the windows of your soul, by dolling them up with eyeliner, highlighter and mascara to emphasize, contour and reshape. This also opens up the area, making your most beautiful asses shine forward. Keep it clean and go easy on the rest of your face, keeping the blush and lipstick to a minimum so the immediate focus is on your eyes. That should give them plenty to gaze into longingly. Don't be afraid to dress up your peepers, but don't go crazy over them. Know when and where to use the appropriate amount, makeup look. Whether it's out and about town, or a hot night at a club, or a dainty wedding. You should always follow these codes, as well as remember, makeup was made to enhance, not to make up for your whole entire face. Use meticulously. For more tips, beauty salons and magazines can cater to all your beauty mishaps and teach you more on what you want to learn more about. Oversized jewelry while adorning yourself with bold plastic necklaces, dangling chandelier earrings or fake bling. Don't think the fellas will love it as much as you do. Men get confused when you wear anything that doesn't appear to be in proportion with your body. They don't get oversized clothing tees, big hair or 6-inch platform heels either, because it doesn't fit the contours of your figure if you don't know which pieces complement you best. And, of course, your figure's what they really want to be looking at. Invest in classic statement pieces that look good on you, as well as match your clothes and acts as a nice accent. Don't go overboard because that just screams tacky. 4. Strokeable hair. Gelled crops and tightly structured curls may be cutting-edge hair. Chic, but running your fingers through them isn't a pleasant experience. Men like long hair for a reason. It feels soft and silky in contact with their hands and skin. To get hair they're aching to touch. Make sure your hair's clean. Use an intensive moisturizing conditioner once a week to maintain body, and don't use any harmful hair products that might damage your hair. Always consult an expert and resist the urge to do permanent makeovers at home. It will only spell out disaster. A safe trick would be a bottle of good old shine and/or hair mist. But if you're a gal with limp hair and you're looking for that extra touch of vavavoom volume, then go for a lightweight volumizing formula. Great hair makes the fellas go wild. Killer heels. They look sexy, stated, sophisticated. The very definition of killer heels. But it's called killer for a reason. It's hell on the soles. After a couple of hours, stilettos start to exert agonizing pressure on soles, pinch toes and blister heels, causing much hobbling and moaning about wishing you'd never worn them. Limping around in pain with blistered feet is not cute. Stick to comfier shapes if you know you'll be dancing. Also, a bit of height goes a long way. Grab a pair of shoes that look hot without having to hurt. Go for sense before style. The pumps with padding are very merciful on your little piggies. Knee-length boots. These are a winner on both fronts. Women love them because they look stylish with everything from short skirts to jeans, while men adore the suggestive naughtiness of a long boot. Wear them with tights, though bare legs and sticky leather don't go. A safe and sexy bet would be pairing them off with your skinniest pair of jeans. Loud behavior. There's a world of difference between letting your hair down and dancing on the table after one too many shots of Patron. Far from showing your playful side, such behavior isn't borderline rude. It will only intimidate and scare off men, since they prefer women in more quiet, fun groups than the wild, loud ones. Most men prefer the sort of woman that doesn't seem likely to be able to drink them under the table, as well as the type that doesn't get carried out the bar for pesky behavior. Know your limits and remember that public places aren't your personal playground. Confidence. That one thing that could set you apart in a crowded room. The one thing everybody wants. The one that all our favorite style icons have in common is their ability to project an image of being entirely comfortable in their own skin. A big factor of our admiration towards them. It's undeniable attraction and swagger. It has to come off as natural. Don't try too hard, because I assure you, you will make an ass out of yourself. If you look or behave as if you're trying to attract a man's attention, chances are you won't, because they don't want to be with somebody who spends the time putting on an act. Relax and take a breather, and before you know it, there'll be dozens of men hoping you look their way. Roll your shoulders back, keep your chin up and your head held high. Nothing is sexier than confidence that can light up the whole room, or a person that could come off as so cool and yet down to earth. You'll be sure to garner a few double takes. Chapter 3. Where to find potential partners. Synopsis. Ever wanted some hot stud or picture perfect arm candy? Hell yeah. Is it difficult? Not entirely so. Any teenager's tendency is crave for someone that's everything they've ever wanted. They have this perfect picture in their head of what true love's supposed to be. Maybe that's why there are so many heartbreak songs on the radio. People get extremely anxious if they are about to date a person, and expectations, they'll just be the death of you. Helping you find a great date is our motive. Here are some cool tips and ideas for your dating dilemmas. Have a look. Place. Visit popular places where you know a lot of different groups of people frequent. Be present in mind and in body. Try to mingle with them and start the conversation. Visit various places like clubs, parks, libraries, and public functions where the vibe's all good and everyone's enjoying themselves. Get to know them. You cannot judge a person by just having a look at them. That's a mortal sin in the rules of attraction. You can start a small conversation by saying, "Hi." Keep it light and friendly. Don't force yourself onto them. If you're lucky, the conversation could stretch longer and you can have a shot at asking this person other more gutsy questions like family and friends. It gives them comfort to talk about such topics. Ask them if they are interested in being friends. With so many social networking sites such as Facebook and Twitter, keeping in touch is as easy as flying a kite. Don't hesitate to ask. A friend request can go a long way. Suppose they say yes in becoming friends with you, do not jump in joy. Try to be calm and cool and just ask them where you can meet them the next time. Acting like a 5-year-old in IHOP will start raising eyebrows. Be cool. There is no such thing as being fashionably late. It's rude and it will lead to nothing but trouble. Avoid this by preparing everything you need for the date beforehand. Your outfit, cash, a present maybe. Give yourself the time needed to get ready and make sure you get there on the proper time. This is sure to get you points, plus, it's a very good practice. Tips. If your object of affection is in the same class as you are, that's a bonus. Proximity is one of the best ways in getting to know someone better as well as an element in attraction. Make her laugh or lend him a pencil. Get to know that person better. Hey, you can even suggest you two go on a study date. After you guys start to get talking, try figuring out what that person's interests are. This is a good way to establish a good relationship with them as well as get to know this person better. If you're feeling confident, the next step would be asking them out on a date. But if you're not brave enough to label it as a date, try using the term hang out, or maybe go together to a mutual friends party. Either way, they'll get the picture of you initiating a date, and the rest will fall into place. Make sure to make it worth the wait, time, and effort. Don't let them go home feeling indifferent. Now is your chance to be with this person and make them really, really happy. Therefore, it is very important that both of you end the date with a big smile slapped on your faces, maybe even a lipstick mark on the cheek if you're good. Warning. If and when they reject you, don't sweat. That's just one person that passed on an opportunity to be with you. It is not a loss. Do not lose confidence. It might get you down, but don't let it keep you down. Stay strong-willed and remind yourself that there is somebody out there who'd love to go out with you. All set. We've covered the basics of confidence building. But keep going because there's more. Read on, Tiger. Chapter 4. Do's and Don'ts of Dating. Synopsis. Love is in the air and the craving for a soulmate is just reaching newer heights. All the singles looking for love should get the dating basics right if they want the soulmate, or destined other to be everything they dreamed they would and enter a beautiful new relationship. Dating is your first introduction to your potential partner, and it is also the first opportunity for you to introduce yourselves, aside from the pretty flirting. Dating helps you know if you and your date are compatible with each other. Singles who are adventurous prefer dating through different ways like online dating, speed dating, blind dating, casual dating, serious dating, and more aside from the usual help from family and friends. Online dating is the most preferred form of dating for many singles because of convenience and the increased selection pool. What to do? If you think you can jump at every opportunity with a positive outlook and the prepared mindset, you're wrong. The fact is that there are no fail-proof tricks or formulas for wooing the one you go on a date with. Sometimes couples just don't have the appropriate chemistry or life circumstances to accommodate each other. That being said, there are some key dating basics that must be kept in mind during your search for a partner. While the internet is replete with rules on dating, there is always a dilemma on what to do and what not to do. This article presents some do's and don'ts that singles must adhere to if they want the dating to grow into a sweetened relationship. These dating do's and don'ts are just some observed rules of etiquette and behavior and do not give a one-size-fits-all guarantee. Different tricks work for different people, as each one of us are different and are in different situations in life. Do's: look your best by dressing up appropriately for the evening on hand. Never leave home looking like a complete mess. Always make a point to look your best, always be on time. Compliment your date. Be sincere if you are meeting for the first time or after online dating, then meet in public and not in secluded pubs or bars. Be light-hearted and sober in your approach. Switch off your cell phone or turn it to silent mode before your conversation begins. Distractions signal a lack of interest and respect. If you are using online dating, make sure keep things moving quickly to keep interest up. You should answer messages within a day or two and plan to meet up in person after you have exchanged only a few messages. Having a pen pal is great, but if you build up too much rapport before meeting in person, things can become awkward when you don't have the space cushion of the internet between you two. Always exude a warm and positive energy. Laugh and the world laughs with you, cry and you cry all by yourself. Keep your date comfortable. Make eye contact with your date to show interest and respect. Ask questions. Get to know this person better, and keep the date going smoothly. Act interested. Don'ts. If you're using online dating, share only the personal information you're comfortable with and never share financial information or passwords. Don't forget that the internet is full of psychotic creeps, and you might have just sent a dirty message to a 70-year-old sumo wrestler who has a thing for little boys. Do not drink too much during your date. In fact, keep drinking to a minimum, as nervous as you may be. Don't date a person who is otherwise involved seriously with someone else, couple, marriage, etc. Don't go for sex on a first date. As exciting as it may be to hit a home run in the first inning, having or trying to get frisky on the first date almost always comes off in bad form. Don't lie to your date on any aspect of your life. Be your best self, but be your true self. Don't reveal your innermost secrets or speak too much about yourself on the first meeting itself. Being honest and upfront is necessary, but there is a fine line between too much. Don't splash on too much perfume. No matter how attractive the smell is, too much is always a turn off. Keep it light. The fainter the scent, the more curious it and intrigued they will be to get close enough to get a whiff of you. Just give a sprit to key areas such as the ankles and behind the knees, the wrists, and around the neck area. Don't be overcritical about anyone or anything. Again, remain positive and keep composure. Don't pull dirty, political or religious issues, as tempting as it may be for some comic relief. These topics should be avoided for meetings where you're getting to know each other. They are highly controversial for most people and offensive too. Keep everything fun and steer away from the serious hot button topics for now. Chapter 5. The Art of Seduction. Synopsis. To master the art of seduction is not rocket science or advanced algebra. Anyone can achieve it if they are willing to spend the time and initiative needed to master it. The art of seduction is all about creating a magic spell called attraction. The magnetic pull that's got you lusting and craving. Here's how it goes. To master the art of seduction, you need to. It's an art. 1. Create attraction. Before any seduction can take place, attraction must be present. There are many things that will make a woman attracted to a man, such as confidence, humor, money, power, the list goes on. You must learn how to create attraction first before you can get down to it. Flirtation is a good one to start things off. Playing it cool and debonair works just as fine. 2. Start seducing. Once you feel that she is attracted to you, you can now move on to seducing her with your words and body language. Subtle things like lingering eye contact or the touch of a hand to her cheek can set rockets off flying into space. Use your sense of humor to make her laugh and initiate as many slight body contacts as you can. 3. Express yourself with body language. You will need to make her know that you are interested in her right from the beginning. Make constant eye contact with her, and lean your body towards her while you're talking to her. Once she realizes your intention and does not reject you, you can now move on to another level. 4. Bring her to a private location. By this time, you can already assess whether or not you have successfully seduced her. If she is willing to move to a private location with you, your chance of success is there. Be more physically close to her by touching and caressing her. Planting kisses here and there call for a trophy. Follow this basic blueprint whenever you want to seduce a woman. Remember, to master the art of seduction, consistent practices need to be done. Don't give up when you are met with some rejections, just push on. Maybe you just aren't the cup of tea. And hey, maybe they aren't what you're looking for anyway. Chapter 6: Recovering from a Relationship Synopsis. When a relationship comes to an end and two lovers have broken down to a mere part of each other's past, it's hard. From being together and in love to being alone and hurt, just friends if you're lucky. It's going to take a lot to get back on your feet again, but this article will help. The process of recovering from a broken relationship is made up of 5 stages. Each stage is vital if you wish to recover fully from your relationship. It might take several years or even longer, but recognizing these stages will help you recover from your loss more effectively. Get better acknowledgement. Here in this stage you finally come to terms with the end of your relationship. The breakup is as real as the ground you walk on. You may feel hurt, helplessness and even hatred. It is understandable, but unhealthy if you don't forgive later on. It is important at this stage to think things thoroughly and take things slowly and surely. You might not be able to address them right away. So learn to focus on the happier side of life. Go shopping, check out a movie or hang out with your best buddies. Grill it into your head that you can survive a broken relationship. Sunshine is a surefire way to feeling a whole lot better. Go for a jog and get a workout from your heartache too. The reinvention process is a beautiful thing. Let it out. There is nothing healthy about keeping things bottled up. If you don't allow yourself to forgive and let go, you won't be able to move on from it. Do not let the bitterness consume you. Free yourself of the pain, grief and hurt. Don't let yourself lose control of the situation. Shed those tears and pour out your frustration. Express yourself by any means necessary in order to get those choking emotions out of your system. And then let go. Nurture. You don't need to crawl under a rock and die. Allow people to help and support you during your recovery process. Spend time with people you care about. Don't run away from discussions about your broken relationship. Let them offer their opinions. However, be cautious with the people you give this privilege. You don't want them adding to your pain and sorrows. You can do without the anger and vengeance. You don't need it. Accept only positive feedback and encouraging words, good friends and great music and soul food. Order your favorite pizza and eat your heart out just because. Hold a sleepover or host a party to get yourself feeling a whole lot better. Pamper yourself. All the tears and late nights watching The Notebook and hate mail must end sometime. And now is finally the time to reward yourself. Don't seek revenge against your ex. Rather make yourself happy by working out, having your facials done or going shopping with the girls. Reward yourself in a healthy and positive way. Remind yourself that life does not end with a failed relationship and that you deserve better. Learn and move on. This is where you begin to see the bigger picture. Learning from the mistakes of the past and making the most out of the present so you can do your best in the future. Here you understand why the breakup occurred and what was responsible for the demise of the relationship. Now you can think back to all the times you two had before and not feel anything else but a fleeting sadness. You start thinking about the signs and something tells you that whatever happened, happened for a reason. And now you're finally happy again. By now, you're indifferent to your ex and would have totally moved on to happier times in your life. Surviving a breakup is never easy. But it is important that you acknowledge that the relationship is over and that all that's left for you to do is grieve a little. But Dr. Seuss wants us to remember to smile too because it happened. And during that point in time you too were happy. Allow friends and family to nurture you. Remember to pamper yourself and learn from your mistakes and you will be just fine. It can't rain forever. Wrapping up. Now you've come to the final page of our adventure. I would just want to remind you to have fun, keep it real, and be the best you can possibly be. You won't always need to be dating or in a serious relationship throughout your whole life. But by the end of the day we all need that one person we can come home to. I hope this will help you find the kind of love that keeps you warm at night. Thank you for letting me teach you everything I know, kid. And I wish you the best of luck. Don't forget, once the date's over, go tell your best friend all about it. Listen to what they have to say and scream with them about how giddy the date made you feel. Keep it simple. Love simply.
Please do subscribe. You'll receive a new notification every time a new video is uploaded.